Hey, welcome to another Studio Takes, friends and Romans and countrymen. I'm Dane Scott, along with Pocket Frog.
All dressed up in Fiverr green.
Looking dapper as always. And today, what do you do? What do you do when you get an order from someone, they say, we'd like it to sound like this.
当三脚架可以实现手持、高位脚架、低位脚架。
What do you do? That's our subject. Coming up next.
Studio Takes. Real help for the aspiring voiceover artist and Fiverr entrepreneur.
Let's pop over to the Gig Doctor website for just a moment, to the coaching page, and listen to Stephanie here. Stephanie Gallagher.
Working with Dane has been incredible. I've really noticed the weeks following any time I have a session with him or have worked with him or have taken one of his classes, I actually have an uptick in my success levels on all the platforms I'm on. So it's really taken me to a higher level. And what I love about Dane is he doesn't just work with how to market myself, how to set up my tech, but the way he works with me in my performance, upping my game for my clients.
And that's what it's all about. We want to try and get your performance level to the best it can possibly be, because it's that demo, man. It's the demo that really makes the big difference. Get to thegigdoctor.com. One of the things I'm thinking about doing, and I'd love to hear your feedback on this, is actually having some people on as guests on the show, and we'll actually do a coaching session live. So that might be kind of a fun thing. I've actually talked to a couple people about it, and maybe in a future Studio Take not too far from now, we'll have a chance to do that. All right, so on to this. My goodness, you get a script, you get an order, and they say, okay, this is what we would like it to sound like. Just like this.
当三脚架可以实现手持、高位脚架、低位脚架、延长杆、悬挂、手机摄影等多种拍摄模式，轻巧便携。无需繁琐的器材即可捕捉不
Okay, we get the idea that we don't get the idea, right? What do we do with this? I have the script in front of me here, actually, and it does show the Chinese version. They show us what it looks like in Chinese, even Chinese or Taiwanese or whatever this is. And then it's up to me to try and emulate the style. Obviously, I'm not supposed to speak the Chinese or whatever it is. I'm supposed to give the same style as he has. But it's kind of difficult to translate style sometimes, because the person is speaking a different language, which means that just the very nature of language itself means that they may put accents, they may accentuate syllables or accentuate parts of the speech in ways that wouldn't be normal for us speaking English. So let me listen again here. What I'm going to do is to start trying to narrow this down a little bit. I'm going to make this mono on my twisted wave. That's just Control M. And then we're going to listen again.
螳螂三脚架可以实现手持、高位脚架、低位脚架、延长杆、悬。
Now, one of the things that it sounds like to me is that this is fast. But this is a typical misnomer, I think. People in America, for example, when they hear people, Mexicans speaking Spanish, it sounds like they're going a billion miles an hour. And yet, if you read the English translation of Spanish, it may be that there aren't that many more words than there are in Spanish. So we're probably talking what sounds like fast to other people, too. As we go across certain lines, like when I just said that, as we go across certain lines, it's quick. It's quick. So maybe it's a little misleading as we listen to this.
螳螂三脚架可以实现手持、高位脚架。
But there is an urgency to it. I'm picking that up. There's an urgency, there's an energy. They want the energy, I think, to be similar.
螳螂三脚架可以实现手持、高位脚架。
All right, so let me just read a little of this. I'm not going to try and mimic the sing-songy sound of the Chinese, because that's, I'm sure, not what they're looking for. So, Mantis Pod can be used as several tripods into one. Use a high or low angle, fully extend the Mantis Pod, deploy the Mantis mode, or use it as a telephone tripod. The options are endless. I think that might be kind of close to what they're shooting for. Let's actually do the recording. I'll take this out of the way. First, I'll make a new window for myself. And for those who are just listening, don't worry, you're not missing anything here. All I'm doing is just opening up a recording window, and I'm going to actually record a little of this. Mantis Pod can be used as several tripods into one. Use a high or low angle, fully extend the Mattis pod, deploy the Mattis mode, or use it as a telephone tripod. The options are endless. The best part is that it's compact and lightweight, which means you can leave your chunky gear at home. Unboxing and setups. Take out the Mattis pod and the camera plate. Attach the camera plate to the dovetail cold shoe mount and turn it to lock. Snap lock plate setup. Mattis Pod Pro uses the patented snap lock system to make your camera setup more efficient. We got rid of the tedious traditional knob and created a snap lock plate that is mounted in one easy step. It even locks extra securely to offer increased safety. The patented snap lock is Acro-Swiss compatible and contains a tight-fitting screw to avoid it coming undone like traditional quick-release plates often do. From a handheld selfie stick to a high-angle tripod, the Mattis Pod bends at a perfect angle if you want to use it as a selfie stick. You can also unfold two legs to switch from selfie stick to standalone tripod without having to adjust the camera. Tripod height adjustments. You can easily capture content using different angles by adjusting the height of the Mattis Pod. Push the button the main leg. I have a feeling they meant to put on in there. I'm going to add that. Push the button on the main leg and the main axis. Push the button on the main leg and the main axis simultaneously, and then rotate the main leg to the middle position according to the indication point. Lower the Mattis Pod if you want to replicate your pet's view. Push the button on the main axis to tilt the camera plate to any desired position. Handheld mode to extended mode. Push the button on the main leg and the main axis simultaneously, then open the main leg to top position according to the indication point. Unlock the camera plate and push it down to detach the camera plate. Attach the camera plate to the dovetail cold shoe mount, turn to lock, and use it as an extended selfie stick. I'm going to stop there, but really the point of all of this is this. Do we have to imitate the entire sound of a foreign language voiceover, or do we mainly need to imitate the energy level, the enthusiasm level? And I think it's the latter. Don't throw up your hands. If someone sends you this,
螳螂三脚架专业版采用 Snap Lock 专利系统，替代传统快装版螺丝。
you can listen for the pausing, listen to the pacing.
螳螂三脚架专业版采用 Snap Lock 专利系统，替代传统快装版螺丝旋钮的方式。
Yeah, so there's some nice, polite pausing in there, between thoughts, between phrases. And if I listen back to mine, do I have that? Let's see. Mattis Pod can be used as several tripods into one. Use a high or low angle, fully extend the Mattis Pod, deploy the Mattis mode, or use it as a telephone tripod. The options are endless. The best part is that it's compact and light. Okay, so what this really is I think it's a combination of a sales video and something to sort of explain how to use it. It may even be used as instructional information. It actually says Mattis Pod tutorial in the English title of the script. So I think it is intended to be for training. But it's not uncommon for a training script to include some sales, because what you want to do is to get people enthused about your product at the same time that they're learning to use it. Otherwise, some people can get discouraged early on. They go, oh, this is too hard to learn and stuff. So if you can kind of sell them again, here's congratulations. This is why you probably see this so much in manuals and things, where the first thing they say is, congratulations on your purchase. This product can do this and this and this. And then afterwards, they get down into the nitty-gritty of how to use it. They want to keep you enthused about the product, even after getting it, while you're going through the more tedious part of actually learning how to use it. So we keep it quite high energy. This is actually more high energy than a lot of the tutorial stuff that I've done. But I think, once again, if we listen to this guy,
螳螂三脚架专业版，相机配合 Snap Lock 快装版倾斜按下，即可初步固定相机。
There's definite energy there, yeah. And so that's what we're shooting for. And with that, we're going to let this one go for today. I need to actually keep moving here. This is just one project out of several. But this client is a good client. They're nice people, and they treat you well. And yet, something happened recently which is going to be dramatized I'm actually going to do a studio takes where we take the experience with this client, it's on a completely different subject, and turn it into a little melodrama. I've been getting some people to volunteer to do some of the voices for it, and it's going to be fun. So, hang around and be watching for the coming studio takes. As a matter of fact, this would be a good time right now to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also to subscribe to the podcast in case you're one of these mobile people that likes to listen to stuff while they're traveling around. And like us, subscribe, and, give us the 5 stars on the podcast. And thanks to Pocket Frog and to all of you, and looking forward to the next one. We'll talk to you soon.
You give me a call.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I think.
Hello, cutie pie.
Until I heard the voice, I'd never done a crazy thing in my whole life.
Goodbye.